pulled up a chair. I'm sitting there having dinner with my family. She pulled up a chair. Hi, Chuy. I love you. Hi, y'all. My name is blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa, really? She's having for a good 3.5, 4 minutes. Conversation. Okay, I know y'all leaving, so I'm going to let you go. I didn't mean to intrude what you did. But you know what I mean? What am I supposed to do? Put a hand to her face and be like, move it. You know, good news travels, bad news travels faster. If I'd have did that, put my hand to her face, I'm sure I would have heard from about 25 different folks, you know. She would grab that lady, put his hand on her face. Well, did she tell you she came and grabbed the chair and sat on my table? That wasn't, I got it out as quick as the other story. So, you know, I mean, it's the double-edged sword. Like, you live by it, die by it. And, you know, people know me, and that's what I get for being on TV and radio, because if I was just radio, most folks wouldn't recognize the face. So, I mean, you gotta love it and hate it at the same time, but mostly love it, and like, I embrace it.
Now, being in radio, how often, when we're looking at,
All the time. All the time.
how do you deal with that?
I mean, you take the CDs, you listen to most of them, you know. I mean, you're in the car, so if you get 2, 3 CDs, you can do that. But when you receive, like, if I go to a concert and I got 10 CDs, you can't listen to all of them. So you go in the stack. Some folks just grab them and throw them away. I put them in the stack, and if I got time, I'll clean the garage, I throw in a CD, throw in another one. Every now and again, you get something that pops. Funny thing about that is one time we were doing a toy drive in West Oakland. We were doing a toy drive, and one of the guys that came up and gave me a CD was LaRue. And it was funny, like 3 days later, we put his record on the radio because it was like, oh snap, E, did you hear that record that dude gave us at the street? Nah, that kid LaRue got this banger. He took it here, they're like, oh my God, that's hot. You know, there might be one in a bazillion that happens where you're just like blown away. And I don't know whether he had a movement happen, but it worked out for him.
Where'd you come up with your nickname?
It's a nickname to Jesus. He'll tell you. Anybody named Jesus or Jesse in Mexico, that is Chuy. So you got Uncle Chuy. Yeah, so that's just a nickname. It's like Bob is to Robert.
Sorry, I made it. Hang on with us.
Split a burrito or a pupusa with somebody. Bring them some salad. Bring them some sisig. It's all good.
CMC, that's the show where you play music videos and you on radio, basically you in the radio studio. That's CMC.
It's not a radio studio. It's a room with a video camera.
Okay. How long you been doing that?
Huh?
I said, how long you been doing that?
I've been doing that 20 plus years. I've been doing that.
There's a lot of money in that.
No. No money in that. Well, I'm sure there's money in like MTV or something like that. At CMC, I did it as a favor, and it has kind of been great for exposure, but did I make any money? No. Can I work just there and make money? No. But I do it because it's exposure. It brings a face to radio.
It's good to get on a radio station first before you get into all
Depends on what you want to do.
Okay.
You know, it really depends on you. I happen to love radio and like TV. And the fact that it's not one of them situations where I got to read a teleprompter. It's kind of just a video camera like that sitting in front of me, and I'm just like, hey, what's going on? It's time to give you guys some tickets to go to Great America. You guys want to win? What? It's just so simple. There's no script. Just whatever. He laughing because he tried to win. He was called a twirly.
I used to watch it, so it sounds just like when you was on stage.
Hey, you gotta put it on, man. You gotta put it on.
That's just like you
Hey, what's going on? CMC California Music Channel. Time to give you guys a chance to win these tickets. There you go.
Talking about that ticket, when you call on the radio, like as listeners, you call directly, you actually pick up the choose the call.
On my show, and like I said, I'm a little unconventional. Some folks go boom, 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 boom. Call 106. I told all my interns, yo, call a 1, call a 2, call a 3. When you get to call 100, I'll pick one at random, and that'll be call 106. So I made them go through it because you as a listener who was sitting at home would rather hear caller 69, caller 84, than to go, damn, they always stay busy.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, yo, please do me that favor and answer these phones. You're interning for me? Yo, don't get caught. If I walk in that room and you're going to call it 10, call it 30, call it 45, I'm going to boot you off that phone. So I told all my interns, yo, 1, 2, 3 till you get to 100.
Yeah, because 997 now I try to take it. It's just really
And it's always busy for you, right?
Yeah, it's always
You don't even get through. See, and that's the point I'm making is like, you want to feel like you actually got a chance. Because I know I was a radio listener. So I know when I called, I used to hate when the phone would just ring and ring and ring. So I told my interns, I said, if the phone rings, answer. Even if they don't get a chance to talk to Chuy, they got a chance to get their request or their shout out, and you wrote it down and you handed it to me. It's gonna get to me. I may not be able to get to all the phone calls, but we're gonna get them. And that was just my show. I can't answer for anybody else. That was just me. Because I know what it feels like to be on the other end, and the phone's just like, dude, all I want to tell you is there's traffic. Really.
Is interning the only way to get on air, or is there a possibility that you can do well on your college station or an internet station or something like that, and then they bring you on?
Yeah, I mean, but right now it's just that jobs are so short that it's a lot tougher. But yeah, I mean, if you got something that's a sound that they're looking for a specific station, whether it's, like I said, 99.7 now or Wild or KMEO or whatever, or even KBLX, and you got that sound, it's like, yo, that kid sounds awesome. There's this kid right now at KMEO, his name is Q. I don't know if you guys heard him. Come on, like late at night, like after
He has a
10
deep
o'clock.
voice, right?
Real deep voice.
Yeah.
So he kind of fell into a spot. Like he was like interning. He was actually interning for Wild, and our boss, because he runs the whole building. Well, what used to be my boss, but he runs the whole building. He says, "You actually sound a better voice than we fit on KMEO. I'm gonna put you over here." And so now they kind of grab that kid and put him on, and they're trying to develop him. But he got a real deep voice, like a voice I would pay you to get. But I was given this voice, so I use this one.
What's your advice for like artists that are trying to get on radio?
I don't know if you were here earlier when I talked about, how folks talk about they're hot, but they're only hot on the block. Yeah. Here, the best thing to do is get as much out of your block and get as much away from folks that already know you, because folks that dig you, but you never introduce her or him to your music. So spread your music around and use the internet, because that's so out there everywhere, that even if somebody doesn't like you here, you might get a dude that like your record in Texas or whatever and grab your record and be like, oh, this dude is heat, and get you a chance, or might put you on a mixtape or something. So the biggest downfall right now I see is that there's like, crews of guys that are out there and they're just on each other's nuts. And kind of, yes, man, you're the hottest, and you're really not the hottest, but they're telling you you're the hottest. And you believe it, and then you get mad because nobody playing you. But really, it's just your voice gassing you.
Sports on radio, is it also hard to listen to it? Like on or ESPN on radio?
No, I mean, but if you know your sports, I would assume that, the more knowledgeable you are in sports, it'd be better for you. I've never worked on that medium, so I couldn't really answer that one truthfully. But, there's always a call for somebody for something, whether it's talk radio. The guy called me from, I want to say KGO or something, offered me a job. Do you want to do a talk show? I'm like, I don't do that. I talk to myself, but I can't hold like an hour conversation. Like for real, I mean, when you're doing a talk show, you have to have like full content and be able to fight, a conversation. When you're having this dialogue, you want to have, a real reasonable dialogue. And I'm like, no, I said, I appreciate you offering me a gig, but it's like, that's not what I want to do. I like radio, and I don't like to be little pieces in between the music. Because, at the end of the day, you already know what songs you want to listen to. So if you listen to KMEO, you're always going to listen to KMEO whether Chuy's on there or not. I love the fact that people love me the way they do, and some people are going to move when I move. But at the end of the day, it's like if I go work at 99.7 now and I'm playing David Guetta and Nicki Minaj, some of you folks ain't going to come with me, regardless, because y'all ain't into fist pumping. And to me, I love music, so I can go over there and play, Nicki Minaj and all that other junk. Which, by the way, you guys might hear me out moving in a couple of weeks. I'll be doing weekends. I won't be hired there, but I will be doing weekends, hanging out at 99.7 now. So I'll be there on weekends. I'm not going to be Funky Friday, so I'm only going to be on weekends. But once I land, wherever I land, and decide to get a job where they're going to accept it, I definitely want to bring back Westside Wednesdays and Funky Fridays and still do my Tupac song of the day, because it's just what is Chuy. but that also depends on what station I fall on. Like I said, if I end up at a station that's a little more dance, I'm not gonna be able to go as Funky Friday was. So there's stuff you gotta work within, you know. Yes, sir.
I almost forgot my hands on that.
That's that weed.
Yeah, I probably not the only in the classroom now. Let's say you're a little traditionally older than some of the other people in this room. Yeah, I'm talking about myself. Let's say you're having a hard time going the internship route because you're too old, if there is such a thing, you know what I'm saying? But any advice? But that's this question to other people in the industry, and I've never really liked the answer per se, but is there another route to go or a tactic on branding yourself, definitely creating your own show, and a TV show, and a YouTube channel, and a Facebook fan page, et cetera, stickers, flyers, all that, and you still might be just having a squeaky door issue. Is there something maybe you know that I don't know to this?
I think you gotta answer your own question, because you're gonna brand yourself, you're gonna wanna sell yourself, you wanna create something that they're gonna want, and whether they come knocking at your door today or in 5 years, it's gonna be on your terms, because you know you built the brand that you wanna build. So if you know you feel that you're a little different than what Chuy Gomez was, what Sana G is, what Hood Rat Miguel is, what Fernando and Greg are, you got a different delivery. Of course, everybody's a little bit different. So you go ahead and create that. You got my man Big Body Cisco, who does Big Body Radio, and he does these exclusively 4 hours on a Friday on, well, it's called FCC Radio, but you can check him out on TuneIn, which is an app now on your phone. And he's got a following, but he's found a niche for himself. He plays a lot of Hawaiian and reggae, and then he plays all the classics. So he'll play like some Earth, Wind and Fire. He'll slap in there some Be Legit, some Mac Dre. But his niche is the fact that he plays J-Bug, Fiji, Legion 9,
J-Bug.
See what I'm saying? So he plays all that stuff. And so folks that like that kind of stuff, they gravitate to him. So now he's created a following. So can he take that following? Chances are that he can't until the station comes in that can respect that.
Yeah.
And maybe even give him a feature show. Like they got reggae shows on certain stations, maybe they'll give him a Hawaiian show. Folks ain't hip on Hawaiian music, but they kind of are, but they kind of not. Like, what is J Bug? Well, he's not really reggae. He's more of a Hawaiian artist. And so there's a whole other genre that's out there. And so, you know, I mean, you can create that for yourself.
I keep grinding.
Keep grinding, man, and keep shaking hands and handing out these stickers and CDs of your show
And you'll get one.
and tell people about your blog. You know what I'm saying?
I will.
Oh, who is your favorite Bay Area hip hop artist ever of all time?